Good evening and welcome to the August 2015 Commencement Ceremonies of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. I'd like to ask for you to please remain standing, and the national anthem will be performed by the Morris Community Choir.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Many thanks to the Morris Community Choir for performing the national anthem and to the Oklahoma State University Pipe Band. Let's give a round of applause to both of these talented groups. Quick announcement just to let you know that the graduation activities, the ceremonies this evening are being recorded, and they're actually being streamed live on internet at ostate.tv. So if you have a friend or a family member that is not able to be here but would like to observe this live, you can quickly send them a text right now and tell them to tune into ostate.tv, and they can watch the ceremonies live. Otherwise, after the event, the recording can be monitored on our OSU IT website. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here to help us recognize the significant accomplishments of our graduates here in the 201st graduating class at OSU IT. This is indeed an honor and a thrill for us to be here tonight because we recognize all the hard work that these young men and women have put into this point in their life. Between the two ceremonies today, I'm very proud to tell you that we have 364 students that were eligible to graduate between the 2 o'clock ceremony and now the 7 o'clock ceremony. Seated in front of me, we have approximately 161 students graduating. And of the 161, nearly 73%, that's 117, are graduating with honors tonight. Now, I encourage you to refer to your program because you can see the honors graduates listed there, but we have 15 graduates tonight with highest honors. That's summa cum laude. We have 35 that are graduating magna cum laude, and we have 64 that are graduating cum laude. And also of significance for you to be aware, you will be able to recognize the members of our International Scholarship Society known as Phi Theta Kappa by the gold stoles that they are wearing this evening. Folks, these type of academic honors, these grade point averages do not come easily, and they deserve our recognition. Let's give a nice round of applause for all the honors graduates, please. We're proud of all of our graduates, of course, but I want to point out another significant group to us here on campus. We started out as a military institution serving the needs of veterans returning after World War II in 1946, and we're still a military-friendly institution. We're proud of the fact that we have students graduating who were members of the armed forces, who are veterans, and you will be able to recognize those graduates as they come across stage because they will be wearing a red, white, and blue cord around their neck. And tonight, I suspect we probably have several members of the armed forces or veterans here tonight, and it would honor us if I could have all of the veterans in attendance today, no matter where you are, if you'd please stand and let us thank you for your service to our great nation. We all know this is a special night for our graduates, and we're here to focus on our graduates, but indulge us this one thing. Graduates, I know that there's a lot of special people in the audience for you right now, moms, dads, grandparents, spouses, brothers, sisters, children. Could I have all of the family members and close friends, if you could stand and let our graduates applaud you and recognize you for being here, for your sacrifice as well. All the family members and friends. I want to do something special tonight. This is a good group here tonight. I don't do this at every graduation, but we really pride ourselves on workforce placement. Graduation rates are important, but we believe that job placement rates are just as important or more important. And I know we have a number of employers that are seated in the audience tonight who are watching because they know they're going to be hiring and employing some of these graduates come Monday. Just out of curiosity, graduates, we didn't plan this, but if you've already got a job waiting for you after this graduation, could you stand and just see how many of you are going right into the workforce? That's, I don't know what you say after something like that. That is what higher education should be about, right there. So congratulations to all you guys. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the honorable platform party that we have, the people seated behind me, and we have a few honored guests as well. First, I'd like to introduce my administrative team that helps me run OSU IT. I've got 4 individuals I'd like to introduce. Hold your applause until I get all of 4 of them introduced. First, our Executive Vice President of OSU IT, Anita Gordy-Watkins. We also have Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Ina Agnew, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Scott Newman, and Vice President of Fiscal Services, Mr. Jim Smith. Folks, these people are critical to the ongoing operation of this institution. Help recognize their efforts by giving them a round of applause. Representing our graduating class tonight is our student speaker. Kevin Reed is going to be speaking to us in just a few moments. I'd like for him to stand right now. And just so that I can say how proud we are of him as well as all of his fellow graduates. And Kevin, we are looking forward to a more lengthy introduction in just a moment, but we're looking forward to your comments as well. Kevin Reed. I understand in the audience, actually standing right over here, this very dapper-looking gentleman is our state senator from this district, Roger Thompson. He represents Oklahoma Senate District 8, and he does a fantastic job at that and is a strong supporter of this institution. Senator Thompson. Thank you for being here. Also on stage, we have 2 distinguished faculty staff members that I would like to introduce by name. First is our outstanding staff member, which was selected by our OSU IT Faculty Staff Association, Mrs. Pat Singleton. And she's been employed at OSU IT for 9 years. Since coming to OSU IT, Pat has worked in the purchasing department for 5 years, and then she transferred into the Student Life Office, where she works as a staff assistant. She's also served on the Faculty Staff Council since 2012 and is currently the chair of that association. An inspiring story about Pat, about how she went back for her own education. She tells a story that she was attending her sister's college graduation and noticed a young lady that graduated walked across stage to earn her bachelor's degree, followed by the young lady's mother earning her degree, followed by the young lady's grandmother also earning her degree, all at the same event, and that inspired Pat. And after her youngest child graduated from college, Pat herself returned to school after 30 years and completed her Associate of Science degree in business right here from OSU IT. She believes that you are never too old to go back and continue your education, and I totally agree with her on that. Pat Singleton. Also, allow me to introduce this year's outstanding faculty member as selected by the OSU IT Faculty Staff Association, Mr. Thomas Holman. He has been teaching for OSU IT in the School of Arts and Sciences since 2004. His courses include American history, American government, Oklahoma history, geography, and humanities. He taught at the University of Central Oklahoma and Rose State College prior to becoming a faculty member here, and after leaving the U.S. military, he attended the University of Central Oklahoma, and he earned his master's degree in history in 2001 and in English in 2005. While attending the university there, he discovered his true calling to be a teacher, and our students here at OSU IT have benefited from this discovery and for his dedication to the classroom for many years. Thomas states that he is honored to be a teacher at OSU IT, and he's honored to be recognized as the outstanding faculty member for 2015. Very well deserved. Thomas Holman. And my final introduction is of our commencement speaker, and indeed this is an honor. It's my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, who is the Oklahoma Secretary of Education and Workforce Development and the President of OSU Oklahoma City, Mrs. Natalie Shirley. When hired to be the President of Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma City in 2011, Natalie Shirley became the first female president in the OSU system. Earlier this year, she was also appointed by Governor Mary Fallin to serve in her cabinet as Secretary of Education and Workforce Development. In this capacity, she works directly with the governor to implement the Oklahoma Works program, which is designed to increase educational attainment among Oklahomans. Between 2007 and 2011, Natalie Shirley served as the Oklahoma Secretary of Commerce and Tourism under Governor Brad Henry and was also the Executive Director for the Oklahoma Department of Commerce. Prior to this, she was president of ICI Mutual in Washington, D.C., after serving in various leadership capacities in this company. In addition to her dual roles as OSU OKC President and Secretary of Education and Workforce Development, she serves on the United Way Board and on several business boards as well, including the Greater Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce, the Oklahoma City Conventions and Visitors Bureau, Bank First, AAA Oklahoma, South Dakota, and the Oklahoma State Fair Board. She is also on the Jameson Moran Children's Museum Board of Trustees. And a full bio for Natalie Shirley is available in your commencement program. But at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our commencement speaker, Natalie Shirley.
It's a great day to be a cowboy, isn't it? Congratulations. I am so very proud of you. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to share this special occasion with you all. If you all are beaming with pride, graduates, family, friends, and faculty members, well, you deserve it. You have all accomplished this together, and it was no easy task, but you did it. You chose a path that required more effort, more patience, more commitment, and more persistence, and you persevered. Perhaps along the way you told yourself it would be easier to quit, and perhaps along the way you asked yourself, is this even worth it? Several years ago, a sociologist was interested in this very concept. This sociologist was fascinated by what created status quo, the way things are, and the unwillingness to change. So he decided to develop an experiment, and he put 5 monkeys in a cage. Into the cage, he placed a ladder, and then above the ladder, he hung a banana. Immediately, one of the little monkeys climbed the ladder and retrieved the banana. However, down below, his colleagues were being sprayed with water. So when the little monkey with the banana climbed down dry and with a banana, the wet monkeys pummeled him. The next day, the experiment was repeated. But this time, another monkey climbed up for the banana. And while he was up there, the others were sprayed. And when he came down, what happened? He was pummeled. This went on until every monkey had tried to retrieve the banana. So the next week, the experiment was changed. there was to be no more spraying of the monkeys, and each day, one of the monkeys from the original tribe was pulled out and a new monkey was inserted. The new monkey would climb up for the banana, and even though the other monkeys hadn't gotten sprayed, when he got down, they beat him up. Every day, one of those old monkeys was replaced with a new monkey. This continued to happen until all the monkeys who'd been sprayed at least once were replaced. But by the end of it, not a single monkey would climb up for that banana because the others would pummel him. Even though now all of the monkeys in the cage had never been sprayed, the group wouldn't allow anyone to climb up that ladder to reach the banana, the prize. This teaches us that status quo is powerful. Business as usual, the as is, the way things always are, is powerful. We will not reach for the prize for reasons that we don't even understand. And others may keep us from reaching for the prize for reasons they themselves don't understand. Yet, here you are. Despite the effort, the getting sprayed by water, something within you and/or someone around you said yes. Yes, you can do this, and yes, this is worth it. And tonight, you get the prize. You bucked the status quo. So now what? My hope is that from this point forward, you do two things to rise above the status quo and reach for that next prize for your sake and for Oklahoma's sake. Number one, expect more of yourself. To do this, I challenge you to dream, and to not only dream, but dream big. Your dream should require you to reach deep within your reserve of drive and tenacity and make you feel challenged and motivated to move quickly and with great purpose. To some, dreaming isn't considered a very practical pursuit, but I can tell you that without dreaming, reality would be dull and dire and even desperate. Electricity, the automobile, space exploration, Xbox, iPhone, you name it. None of these hit the engineer's drawing board before they first entered the mind and imagination as dreams, and big dreams they were. Big dreams require big plans. In other words, make no small plans. At OSU IT, you have a decades-long master plan, which represents the cornerstone of your strategy to transform the present and prepare for an inspired future. You graduates, too, need a master plan, and your plan, like OSU IT's, will lay out what you want to achieve and the fundamentals needed for getting there. And frankly, life will get in the way. Over time, your plans may change, but that's okay. In fact, it's actually a good idea. The best plans are flexible. Now, once you have that big dream, and once you've made no small plans, it's time to do great things. Now, in Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Outliers, he discusses what it takes to master a skill. He notes that people at the very top don't just work harder, or even much harder. They work much, much harder. When I was a little girl, my family had very limited financial means. Sometimes we didn't have food, and we always wore secondhand clothes. I wasn't the smartest person in my graduating class. I wasn't the tall, and I wasn't the prettiest, but I was the most determined to succeed. I knew that I could make a choice to work harder than everyone else, and I did. I worked 3 jobs at a time while I was in college to put myself through, and today that work has paid off. I've traveled around the world with my job. I've met former presidents and count governors as friends. And I get chosen for some of the most exciting projects in the state, all because I'm willing to work harder than everyone else in the room. Now, certainly, there are those who have innate talent, but to get to the top, The thing that distinguishes one performer, one talented performer from another, is how hard he or she is willing to work. Now, here's where I diverge from the typical graduation rah-rah speech. Instead of telling you how to achieve your dreams and plans, I'm going to tell you the second way to supersede the status quo. And that's to expect more of others. Think back to those monkeys. When each of them went to get the banana, they got pummeled when they got down, discouraging future monkeys from even trying to reach the banana. Sometimes without knowing it, we are keeping those around us from reaching for the prize. Michael Garrison called this the soft bigotry of low expectations, which is just Washington speak for that phrase we know well here in Oklahoma, bless your heart. He can't count to 10, bless his heart. She doesn't know how to screw in a light bulb, bless her heart. He just doesn't know any better, bless his heart. Bless your heart takes being rude and hateful into pity. My parents had their eye on the prize for us kids, and that prize was a better life, and the ladder to that prize was education. They expected us to get an education, and we did. As college graduates, you must not only expect more of yourself, you must expect more of each other. Bless your heart can't be an excuse, and it can't be a roadmap. You must choose to encourage others to take the same path that you did, a path that requires more effort, more patience, and more persistence, but a path that leads to more prizes. Parents, family, and friends, we have a responsibility to encourage our graduates to dream big and to dream often. We must help them make a plan to accomplish that dream, or at least get out of the way. And every day, we must exhort them to work hard so that they can achieve that dream. Graduates, the expectation has been raised, and you're on a path to success. Now you must raise expectations for those around you. Let's encourage family, friends, and peers to climb that ladder. In conclusion, congratulations. I am so very proud of you. Go Pokes.
Thank you, Natalie, for those inspiring words. I'm sure our graduates have benefited from your comments. It is now my privilege to introduce our student respondent, Kevin Mark Anthony Reed. Kevin Mark Anthony Reed of Muskogee is graduating with an Associate in Applied Science in Automotive Collision Repair from the School of Automotive Technologies. He learned about OSUIT from one of his high school teachers who suggested this college because of its affordable cost. Kevin's teacher told him that OSUIT would be a great stepping stone for his future. Kevin took that advice because he wanted to go to a college where he could better his life for himself. For Kevin, college wasn't about being involved in clubs and socializing with friends. According to Kevin, college was about developing a very strong work habit, pushing myself, testing my limits, and breaking down walls. He says, "My educational experience was great at OSUIT. I learned all I could from all of my teachers. I've learned things that I'll be able to carry out into my everyday life." Kevin is currently working as an auto body technician at Park Place Body Works, an auto repair company in the Dallas metro area. He plans to pursue a bachelor's degree in accounting from the University of North Texas at Dallas. Kevin?
Let me move that. How you guys doing? All right. On behalf of Oklahoma State Institute of Technology Summer 2015 graduates, I'd like to welcome President Bill Path, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, family. Thank you for coming out tonight. I feel blessed to be able to give this speech to all of you guys. Now, before I start this speech, let Let me warn you, it sounded good in my head, but much like the rest of my college papers, I wrote this the night before, so bear with me. I've been waiting for this day to come for a while now. I've been mumbling the words, I can't wait to graduate. And now that this day has actually came, I'm actually kind of contemplating. That was a joke. I'm still ready to leave. No more waking up at 3 a.m. to fire alarms. No more having to battle teachers for parking spots. No more, I forgot to do last night's homework. Let me email everybody at 6 a.m. and see if I can get their copy. You know who you are. But while attending OSU IT, I have learned some things that I'd like to share with my graduating class. I made it into a top 10 list. Number 1 is bathe regularly. Nobody likes to smell the death at 7 a.m. Number 2, make sure to always be on time, even if that means setting 5 alarms. Make mistakes, but be sure to learn from them the first time. Continue learning. Learning doesn't just stop because we're not here anymore. Number 5, set out and make life goals. Better yourself each day. Number 6, shoot for the moon. But remember, if you miss, the nearest star is only 93 million miles away, so I hope you have good aim. Strive to be the best, number 7. Number 8, pay your parking tickets. They'll add up really quickly. I know this one from experience. Number 9, every day you wake up is a blessing, so make the best of it. And last but not least, number 10, you'll never get where you're going if you forget where you came from. So, thank you. All right, not done yet. Now, unfortunately, our ride at OSU IT has come to an end. As much as I've looked forward to this day, I can't say I wouldn't miss you guys, to an extent. I've always hated endings, but endings are inevitable. There's nothing we can do at this point but ride it out. Now, I don't want you guys to take this as a goodbye now. Goodbyes are forever, and since nothing lasts forever, I want you guys to take this as see you later. And now, so before I end, I'd like to send a special thanks to my family. Thank you for supporting me and guiding me in the right direction, wherever you are. And to my instructors for helping me find my true potential, which wasn't an easy task. And to my friends up there in the front row, thank you for the endless nights at the lake. Great memories we had. Yeah. Very great memories. And an even bigger thanks to Google, Wikipedia, and whoever invented copy and paste. Yeah. Without you, this speech wouldn't be the speech right now. Oh, and before I get off this stage, I would like to take a picture of my graduating class. I actually brought a selfie stick. It's pink. So. It's funny. I'll put them on Facebook so you guys can get them. Or Snapchat, whatever you guys use. But I just want to remind you guys that today's a day of celebration, and I'm happy to say we made it.
Congratulations, Kevin. Thanks for your words of wisdom and your entertainment. At this time, would all graduates please rise? President Path, I am pleased to represent the faculty and inform you that these candidates for graduation have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Bachelor of Technology, and Associate in Science. I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Upon this recommendation and by the authority vested in me by the OSU Board of Regents and the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, it is my distinct privilege as president of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology to confer upon each of you the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
During the presentations, anyone is welcome to take pictures, but please know that a professional photographer is taking pictures of all the graduates, and your graduate will be able to order photos from that agency. I would also ask you to give your full attention to all of our graduates today. The last graduate is just as important as the first, and we want each of them to receive full recognition. Graduates of the Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology, we will now begin your graduation walk.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know where they're
Representing the School of Automotive Technologies, Stephen Gregory, Acting Dean. School of Automotive Technologies, Collision Repair Technology, Associate in Applied Science, Arrow Stephen Bell. Garrett Now, Garrett Brown. Sade S. Clark. Chance Michael Ray Dykus. Obed Gonzalez, Jr. William Charles Patterson. Andrew Dakota Stevens. Kevin M. A. Reed. Justin K. Tyser. Dylan Lee Towie. The Automotive Collision Repair Technology Outstanding Student, Zachariah Turner. Garrett W. Williams. Rico Wilson. Automotive Service Technology, Ford Asset, Associate in Applied Science, William S. Bernard. Christopher R. Boer. Sean Brown. Ryan Garrett. Tyler Hampton. Ryan D. Jackson. Thomas Martin. Jacob McCage. Ricky McNabb. Arthur Rico. Brian Keith Simpson. Lucas Tuttle. Brent L. Weaver. Zachary Trey Whitaker. Automotive Service Technology, GM ASEP, Associate in Applied Science. The GM ASEP Leadership Award recipient, Taylor G. Cheek. Bruno Salvador Garcia Fonseca. David W. Huffstetler, Jr. Nicholas Martinez. Dan Lowe Niles. Stephen Wayne Putnam. Tyler D. Seitz. Jonathan L. W. Taylor. Eric J. D. Westfall. Adair. Is that Mopar Cap?
Yes, Mopar Cap.
Automotive Service Technology, Mopar Cap, Associate in Applied Science, Christopher Alan Adair. Mario Christopher Carlock. Austin J. Cooper. Colby Allen Farron. John Wayne Kramer. Joshua David Quinelli. The Mopar CAP Outstanding Student, Calvin J. Stafford. William Michael Taylor. Trussell. Justin Trussell. Trenton C. Winters. Aaron Zapata. Automotive Service Technology, ProTech, Associate in Applied Science, Michael Davis. ProTech, Most Outstanding Student, Dustin J. Farley. Anthony Humphreys. Elvis Sandoval. Aaron B. Shara. Damon Sells. Automotive Service Technology, Toyota T10, Associate in Applied Science, Devin Wayne Callaway. Irvin Omar Fierro. Tyler David Hess. Jesse Heitschuh. Brent Alfred Million. Edgar Ruiz. Jacob C. Stevenson. Tom Wappen Vanerath. Representing the School of Diesel and Heavy Technology Equipment, Terrell Lindsay, Dean. School of Diesel and Heavy Equipment, Agreco Select Tech, Associate in Applied Science, Stephanie Bond. Charles Davis Hahn. Adrian D. Gonzalez. Anissa M. Harris. Jevin A. Abear. Dakota Kane Hokett. Carlos N. Mass. Jacob Mass. Brett Christopher Raggio. Joseph John Rawling. Dario Serrano. Charles Dwayne Sutton. Ryan C. Toms. Hannah R. Vincent. Thomas Vu. Jacob N. Whitaker. Taylor James Wooster. Diesel and Heavy Equipment Technology, CAT Dealer Prep, Associate in Applied Science, Andrew J. Absher. Troy Barnett. Jesse Allen Baxley. Adam R. Bell. Mark A. Blair. Ryder J. Blevins. Chase William Brooks. Dylan E. Connell. Austin Lee Francis. Bo Hightower. Tyler G. James. Austin D. Landers. Austin L. Patty. Philip Jonathan Saldana. Caleb W. Turner. Ryan C. White. Clifford A. Williams. Andrew P. Worthen. Is that Komatsu Act or ACT? Diesel and Heavy Equipment Technology, Komatsu ACT, Associate in Applied Science, Trinity, Austin. Tyler Caldillo. Dakota Wolf Evans. Brandon Joseph Lees. John S. O'Hannon. Jero D. Robinson. Joseph A. Romanato. Bill Sinkinson. Christopher Neil Smither. Micah Thompson. Diesel and Heavy Equipment Technology, MHC Kenworth. Associate in Applied Science, Danny Ray Carver, Jr. Isaac Jacob Castillo. Lance Dozier. John Bratton Hearn. Brandon Alexander Hughes. William Corey Dalton Landis. Clayton E. Muller. Charles Radford. Ricardo Ramirez. Philip Sentz.
Nicholas R. Smythe. Colton Trussell. Joshua E. Wallace. Lane A. Witzel. Diesel and Heavy Equipment Technology, Southwestern Association, Industrial and Farm Equipment, Associate in Applied Science, Colby S. Brust. Joshua A. Evans. Justin Neal Frieden. Colton D. Harris. Recipient of the John Martin Outstanding Student Award, David F. Hagar, Jr. Jacob Gregory Call. Quentin R. Parks. Brock Adam Tolson. Eric J. Youngworth. Representing the School of Energy Technologies, Roy Ackmeyer, Dean. School of Energy Technologies, Natural Gas Compression, Associate in Applied Science, Colton C. Archer. Ethan A. Carroll. Zeke J. Cullifer. Jamal Lee Cullum. Dakota W. Davis. The Outstanding Graduate in Natural Gas Compression, Kenley B. Davis. Shelby Douglas Gardner. Taylor Gormley. Seth M. Harris. Zach J. Hayden. Taylor L. House. Jonah Wade Halbada. Josh James. Bernard J. Lewis. The outstanding graduate, natural gas compression, TJ Potter. Cole Douglas Pratt. Brandon T. Wani. Stephen Wise. And the last graduate to cross the stage for summer graduation 2015, Rodney W. Zeller.
I don't know about the rest of you, but that was an awful lot of fun. Very good to see all the graduates go across stage. Now, at this time, I would like to ask all the graduates to please rise. We've got a very special moment here. All right. As I present to you the graduating class of August of 2015, the 201st graduating class, you may now turn your tassels from right to left, thus signifying an important event in your lives. Let's have everyone stand, please. OSU IT Natural Gas Compression faculty member Pete Brown is going to now lead us in the singing of the OSU Alma Mater hymn, and the words are available in your program.
Proud and immortal, bright shines your name, Oklahoma State, we herald your fame. Ever you'll find us loyal and true to our alma mater,
Please join me in giving this outstanding group of graduates one more round of applause. OSU IT wishes to thank all of you for being here on this very special day. To help ensure that no family member or friend is left out of any personal photos, please see our OSU staff members wearing the yellow photo assistant vest. They're here to assist you with the taking of photos using your personal phones or cameras. Also, complimentary bottles of cold water are being distributed outside both the south and east entrances to graduates and guests on a first-come basis. We appreciate all of you attending today's graduation ceremony and please enjoy a safe trip home. We are now dismissed. Thank you.